Hey guys, let's start the 56th episode of Daily Football News and know what has happened in the past 24 hours. Why Messi was in the Miami Cafe. This is why transfer market is down. Latest blow to European Super League. Know what Mancini said on the World Cup? And Antoine Griezmann new club deal. Let's quickly find out all of these in this video. Before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Sassuolo has rejected Juventus' initial offer for Manuel Locatelli. Which goal can confirm? Juve made an initial €30 million bid for a 2-year loan with an obligation to buy, but Sassuolo has a higher price in mind. Harry Kane's England teammates believe he will skip training to force a move to Manchester City, according to The Telegraph. Kane has been linked with a move to City, although new Spurs boss Nuno Espirito Santo says that the striker remains a Tottenham player. But several of Kane's England teammates, who spent over a month with him, believe he may skip out on Spurs training to try and push a deal through. Raphael Varane's move to Manchester United is imminent, according to Onda Cero. The defender is set to command a fee of roughly €50 million, with a deal expected to be finalized in the coming days. Real Madrid has been waiting on an offer from Man United, having given up hope of convincing Varane to sign a new deal. This season could be Joseph Martinez's last with Atlanta United, according to The Athletic. As the head coach, Gabriel Heinz has not selected him for recent matches despite medical clearance. He is training alone. Martinez has been the face of the club for several seasons, having scored 92 goals in 114 total games for the club. Rennes have completed the signing of Ghanaian midfielder Kamaldeen Sulemana, who had previously been linked to Manchester United and Ajax. Sulemana joins from FC Noord-Zeeland in a deal worth a reported €15 million plus add-ons. Gianluca Bizio is set to become the second American to be signed by the Soraya club, following Tanner Tessman. The midfielder, who made his debut for the U.S. men's national team in their Gold Cup opener, is set to fly to Italy in the coming weeks to complete the move. Miralem Pjanic isn't in Ronald Koeman's plans for the upcoming season at Barcelona, and the club is keen to move him on as quickly as possible. As the doors for a return to Juventus are closed, Roma were monitoring to strength under new coach Jose Mourinho. But Mourinho has said the transfer will not happen, with money being the main issue. This is the main problem Barcelona has had while trying to find Pjanic a new club. There has been a lot of talk about Antoine Griezmann leaving Barcelona, even to return to Atletico Madrid. But the latest reports state that he'd want to keep the same salary that he currently has. This is a saga that feels far from over. Paulo Dybala's agent will travel to Turin before the end of July to discuss renewing the forward's contract at Juventus, according to reports in Italy. Both Dybala and Juventus want to extend their relationship together. Manchester United has no intention of accepting any offers for Alex Telles, following Roma's interest in the left back. The Brazilian struggled for game time in his first season at Old Trafford due to the impressive performances of Luke Shaw. Inter wants to reduce their wage bill and is willing to part ways with Ivan Perisic, who has 1 year left on his contract and earns €5 million per year. Barcelona is keen to find a buyer for Samuel Umtiti this summer, but they are not having much luck. After the signing of William Saliba on loan by Marseille, it seems they have brought an end to their interest over Umtiti. David Luiz is a free agent after his contract at Arsenal came to an end on June 30th, and one team that is considering bringing him in is Boca Juniors. Manchester United is willing to put Anthony Martial up for sale, as he has fallen behind Mason Greenwood and new signing Jadon Sancho in the pecking order. Chelsea is a little light on numbers in the middle of the park. They are considering a move for either Rennes prodigy Eduardo Camavinga or AC Milan midfielder Frank Kessie. West Ham will be playing in the Europa League next season and are keen to add more quality to their squad this summer. David Moyes side-eyeing a move for either Valencia striker Maxi Gomez or Sevilla goalscorer Youssef En-Nesyri. Of the two, Maxi Gomez is the more likely option due to Valencia's need to sell. Atletico Madrid is considering a move for Manchester United attacking midfielder Jesse Lingard, says the Daily Mail. The 28-year-old impressed during a loan spell at West Ham in the second half of last season, as he scored 9 goals and provided 5 assists in 16 appearances. Now let's move towards the major news of the day. The Argentina international, who recently won the Copa America, sent a video to a man that has chronicled his entire career. Lionel Messi sent a heartfelt thank you video to a 100-year-old fan, named Hanan, who has made a note of each goal on paper, where he writes down the date, opponent, and the number of goals scored by Messi on the given day. His grandson revealed his grandfather's hobby on social media, and the dedication to chronicling Messi's career has earned him a thank you message from the man himself. "Hello Hanan," Messi said in a video recorded for his 100-year-old superfan. "I've listened to your story. It's crazy, I don't have my goals written down as you have done it. I want to send you a big hug and I want to thank you for keeping track of that. I wish you the best. Bye." With the final kick of a ball bringing Euro 2020 to an end, 2020 to 2021 season can officially be classed as over. Most clubs have been prudent so far in the market, although there are a few outliers who have already spent significantly. RB Leipzig is the biggest spender so far, shelling out €91.6 million. Paris Saint-Germain has brought Sergio Ramos. Gianluigi Donnarumma and Jorginho Wijnaldum also signed on a free transfer. Only Barcelona can match PSG free players arriving, with Sergio Agüero, Eric Garcia, and Memphis Depay joining on a free transfer. The plenty of free agent moves tells the story of a market that has been hugely harmed by COVID-19. There is no liquidity and the players don't want to have wait and depend on transfers, said Marcelino Alina, director of Spanish Football Sports Agency. Some clubs have heavy contracts that they can no longer afford and they prefer to let those players leave. The market is down and everyone trusts that the Premier League clubs will spend. There is no money for transfers and what is available isn't perceived to be enough to pay for quality transfers. The European Court of Justice won't be speeding up any decision on UEFI's blocking of the European Super League. A Madrid court had asked the European Court of Justice to consider whether UEFA had broken EU law by first doing their utmost to prevent the breakaway league's creation and then by taking disciplinary action against Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus, despite 12 clubs having signed up for the project. The removed three remain committed to the proposal, with other clubs swiftly backing out in light of fan outrage across the continent. Those behind the Super League complain that UEFA and FIFA have a monopoly over football's organization and we're looking for a speedy resolution. The deadline for the submission of relevant observations is October 18th. As Italy has been crowned European champions this summer, with Roberto Mancini's side putting in a perfect performance from start to finish, and a win over England at Wembley Stadium to lift the trophy. But it was their semi-final win over Spain that saw them put into the most trouble, with Luis Enrique's side having many chances to win the game. They didn't, though, and Italy went on to win on penalties. Rai, Italy's national broadcaster, has aired a documentary Sogno Azzurro that covers Italy's Euro 2020 success. And one of the more interesting points came from the hours leading up to that Spain semi-final, particularly for those interested in Spanish football. You can't always win by controlling a game, Mancini told his players leading up to the semi-final. It's what we'd like, but there are the opponents as well. If you have to, wait, let them play. Stay calm. Spain has a great squad. You'll see at the World Cup that it'll be between us, them and maybe another team. They have very good players, young, but very good. It won't be easy, we'll have to suffer until the end, but, as always, we'll try to do it together. After winning the 2021 Copa America, Lionel Messi spent a few days in Rosario before moving on to enjoy some downtime in Miami. But the Argentine has been unable to fully rest because of the desperation of people to get a photo with him. Messi attended a cafe in the Surfside area of the city on his first day. When he wanted to leave the cafe, a tremendous amount of people swarmed the Argentine for a photo. Messi was left with no other option but to be escorted away from the premises by security. Neymar usually shocks fans on the pitch with an audacious flick or a piece of skill, but this time he's done it with his appearance. After a 4-hour session at the hairdressers, the Brazilian star has now got blonde dreadlocks, which have sent social media into overdrive. The PSG star is currently on holiday after losing the Copa America final with Brazil against Argentina. This was the end of our 56th episode. We will be back with more interesting news and transfer rumors tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.